'Cause Lord have mercy. Wow.
I gotta go hard, I can't afford to take no days off. Trust in the Lord, I know that He gon' make a way out of no way. For me, I ain't going outside. Surely goodness and mercy gon' follow me when I step. So I step lively, keep flame like wasabi. You can find me in the presence right beside us. Walking on water, make the trip. You ain't never seen nothing like this here. Everybody with me gon' make it, yeah. Bow your head.
Oh yeah. Can you hear me? All right. We improvising pretty well.
Crazy, so protect us, continue to bless us so we can be a blessing. Amen. Gotta focus on the future, ain't no way I'm staying in the present or the past. Gotta move fast just to get this cash, blessings in my bag. Working dedication to my plans, matter of fact, yeah. Gotta stay with it, cause I know that my time gon' come. Your opinions do not change the fact that I'm gon' go. Even if I gotta go and I'm the only one. Go with the spirit so I know I ain't the only one. Let's get it. Make sure everybody in the game should vision. When I settle up for no change when he build, you don't need no handouts when you handling business. I gotta go hard, I can't afford to take no days off. Trust in the Lord, I know that He gon' make a way out of no way. For me, I ain't going outside. Surely goodness and mercy gon' follow me when I step. So I step lively, keep flame like wasabi. You can find me in the presence right beside me. Walking on water, take the trip. You ain't never seen nothing like this.
Say what? You funny. Oh yeah, all both of them. You know how it is. I thought about it this morning. I was like, if I don't take that one home today,
I was gonna take it to you.
I already know what's gonna happen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Wednesday that the Lord has made, and we're gonna rejoice and be glad in it. For those of you that are coming on, whether you are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, Twitter, LinkedIn, some other audio or video platform, even if you're on Mars, I want you to hit that like button. I want you to hit the share button. I want you to tag Lolly Dolly everybody. Let them know Prophet Ramone is live in the his house today. We're getting ready to go in. I'm excited about what we're going to be discussing today. I'm talking about 3 steps to monetize. 3 steps to monetize. For those of you that are out there hustling, you grinding, you doing everything you need to do every day to try to make it happen, and you just trying to figure out where can you monetize, especially if you got a lot of skills, you got a lot of dreams, you got a lot of desires, you got a lot of ideas. You might even have products and services. I know people who got stuff sitting in their garage, sitting in their basement, sitting in a second room, sitting outside in the trunk of the car, and they trying to figure out, wow, how can I monetize? How can I make money? That's what monetizing is. Monetizing is making money. Now, there are countless specific ways that you can monetize or make money, all right? I'm gonna give you 3 steps to monetizing. I'm not talking about ways, I'm giving you 3 steps to monetizing. Now, within each of these steps, there are different ways you can use each of these steps. I'm trying to simplify it for you because a lot of times, if you get complicated, you lose me. I'm one of them people, if it's more than 3 or 4 steps, it starts losing me. And then if the steps are complicated because the steps got steps, then you really finna lose me. And then when you got steps that got steps that got steps, you know what? Forget it. I'ma just try something else. And that's what it is with making money. That's what it is with getting the bag. So all y'all that's out here in these internet streets, you out here in these internet streets, do me a favor, please hit the like button. Every video you see with my big old head and my Kool-Aid smile, I want you to hit the like button. I want you to hit the share button. And I want you to tag Lolly Dolly, everybody, but tag somebody, especially somebody that you know struggling with making money. If you're struggling with monetizing, if you're struggling with making money, if you're having a problem increasing your income, if you know you ain't really in a position to get the bag like you want to get the bag, even if it's just for you to pay your basic necessities, to make sure that your bills are paid, then these 3 steps are going to really, really help you. So please, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, Twitter, whether you're on LinkedIn or any other audio or video platform, I want you to hit that like button, hit the share button. Make sure, even if you're not on YouTube, that you go to YouTube when this video ends and subscribe. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm so excited about that. YouTube, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, Facebookers and all you other platformers, I'm gonna tell y'all, YouTube cutting up over there. They starting to really bang, and we got a lot of great responses, especially when it comes to a lot of the financial topics that we talk on. We get the most responses we get is about holding companies. Yeah. So for those of you that are very, very excited about learning how to start and structure and scale a holding company, we have some new courses that we have added to our Blueprint Game Plan. So if you're on the Blueprint Game Plan, we already have some courses on there for you. But when you go back onto your student dashboard, you can actually see a new course that we've carved out entitled Starting and Structuring a Holding Company. But that's for another time, y'all. Today, we're here to talk about 3 steps to monetizing, 3 steps to making money. If you want to know how to monetize, if you want to know how to make money, I want you to use these 3 steps as a guide, okay? Use them as an outline, because remember, there are many ways within these steps that you're going to utilize, but I want to make sure I simplify this process for you on making money or monetizing. Monetization is just a bougie way of saying making money, all right? So here are the 3 steps to monetize or to make money. If you're listening, if you're watching, if you're following me, make sure that you leave a comment, leave some feedback. If you have questions, we're here. We are available to answer any questions that you might have. All you have to do is drop the question in the comments. You can actually just text a question if you have that big of a question, or if you're ready to just purchase the blueprint or get some coaching or consulting or something, feel free to text us at 404-478-7213, 404-478-7213, 404-478-7213. You'll see the number that you can text in the comments. So 3 steps to monetize, 3 steps to making money. Step number 1, you gotta sell. You gotta S-E-L-L. I'm using the word S-E-L-L. Somebody type that in the comments if you're watching me live. You gotta sell, and I'm getting ghetto with it. I didn't say you have to. You G-O-T-T-A. You gotta sell, okay? I don't care if you don't wanna sell. I don't care if you think you need to sell. Gotta get a hold of your behind. In my daddy voice, rest in peace, Pop. You gotta sell. You might wanna sell, but wanting is not enough. My daddy used to always say that. He used to be like, son, it's one thing when somebody wanna do something. He said, it's another thing when they need to do something. He said, but until get a hold of your behind. You know, he cussed right there. But he said, to get a hold of your behind, you ain't gonna do nothing. S-E-L-L, you gotta sell. You gotta sell. This is the first step to monetizing or making money. I want y'all to catch this, because guess what? Whether you are a W-2 employee, whether you are a 1099 independent contractor, whether you are a 501c3 nonprofit executive, whether you are an EIN business owner, or whether you're all of the above, none of those vehicles, the W-2, 1099, 501c3, EIN, none of those vehicles will generate revenue if you don't do what? if you don't sell. So as a W-2 employee, you like, well, Prophet Ramone, how am I going to sell? You got to sell yourself. You got to sell your time. You got to sell your ideas. You got to sell your information. Guess what? Even if you got to sell stuff in your house, if you know you need to monetize, and I ain't gonna say need, I ain't gonna say want, I'm gonna say you gotta get that bag. You know you gotta make money. If you're listening to me right now and you're saying to yourself, Prophet Ramone is right, I'm that person he's talking about that gotta make money. If gotta have, then gotta hold of your behind. And your bills are reminding you, and your debt is reminding you, and collectors are reminding you, and you got, your head is hurting because you just sick of it, then that means you need to monetize and make money. The first step to monetizing and making money is you gotta sell. You gotta sell. So let's go through a few scenarios. One of my favorite scenarios is the item sell-off. So that means what you got to do is you got to look around your house and you got to see how many items in my house can I sell. I got to sell. I got to sell. You got a question? I want to show y'all something. I just looked up the word sell on Google, S-E-L-L. I just looked up the word sell. It says to give or to hand over something in exchange for money. To give or hand over something in exchange for money. This is the first step to monetizing or making money. So think about something you have. Now, if you Google the word sell, the first dictionary word that's going to come up is to give or to hand over something in exchange for money. Think about that. So if you can Google the word sell, S-E-L-L, and the first dictionary definition comes up, says give or hand over. That means in order for me to make a sale or to make money or to monetize with something I have, I've got to be willing to what? I got to be willing to give it. See there? I just lost somebody right there. You're going to catch that next Tuesday. You just missed what I said.
Wow, that's good.
So in order for you to sell, S-E-L-L, according to the definition in the description, you got to be willing to what? You got to be willing to give it up. You got to be willing to hand it over. Because to sell, to S-E-L-L, is to give or hand over something in exchange for money. Now, you ain't got to be about money. You might have a bigger purpose. This is what I be trying to explain to people who are in ministry, especially like traveling preachers and itinerant preachers or lay ministers who might not necessarily have nonprofit organizations in operation. I be trying to explain to them, everybody know you ain't about money. God and all the angels know you're not about money. But who is asking you that? Who is even challenging you on that? Nobody even cares what you're about. You, in your heart, with your motive, know you're not about money. But you understand that in this economic system you live in, and you work in, and you operate in, it's going to take money for you to get certain things done, because money is the vehicle or the medium that is used to make certain exchanges. So in order for me to have money to serve my community through my nonprofit, in order for me to have money to serve my family, in order for me to have money to do the things that I want to do for my people, I have to be able to go into the marketplace, make certain exchanges for things that I have. That means I got to give these things up. I got to hand these things over in exchange for money, though. Not in exchange for just a whole bunch of thank yous. Not in exchange for just a whole bunch of I appreciate it. You're a blessing. No, I got to make exchanges for money because over here on the other side of my life, I want to make exchanges with my money for other things that are more important to people than money. So the first step to monetize is you got to sell. So that means you got to step back, step out of your situation right now, step out of your emotions, step out of your feelings, and look at every item, everything you got in your life that has monetary value, not holding value. All right, this is a real big deal for a lot of people. Anything that you have in your life that has monetary value, and it may have holding value, but the monetary value is more important. Here's what I want you to do. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
I want you to sell it. Sell it. So you got a $1,000 ring, but you broke. Sell it. You got a $500 necklace, but you broke. Sell it. If you got anything in your life that's sellable, and you don't have your $1,000 saved, sell it. There's no way I'm not going to have $1,000 saved and I got things that are more valuable than $1,000 in my life. I'm getting rid of it. I'm cashing out. I'm liquidating. How many of y'all ride by plazas and you see big signs on certain plazas that says liquidation sale? Guess what they're saying? We need cash flow. We need money. We need liquid. So that means we got to get off of things and we need money. We need cash flow. We need currency. This is the first step to monetizing. So if you're on a job and that job not paying you enough money, then Shamika, thank you, on Facebook, she said cash out. That's it. You got to cash out. You know what? I wouldn't even do a yard sale, Lula. I wouldn't even do a yard sale. I'll go to OfferUp. I would download OfferUp because we're in the digital world. So most people don't even want to deal with corona issues, so they ain't coming to nobody's yard because they don't know what we got. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to OfferUp, download the app on your phone. It's called OfferUp. And you're going to take some pictures of your items and you're going to put them on OfferUp. You're going to put your name and your information, the price, and you're going to take pictures of the item and you're going to let people call you. So you ain't around here trying to do no yard sale. We ain't doing no yard sales. We are doing OfferUp yard sales because we trying to do what? Sell. That's the first thing you got to do, okay? So if you're on a job and you're not making enough money on your job, you need to see if that company has a sales division. You need to see if the boss or the supervisors have work on the side that they would allow you to do. Because what are you doing? You are selling yourself. You're selling yourself. So that means you're going to go to the boss. You're going to go to the supervisor. Hey, how you doing, Mr. Thompson? I'm doing great. How you doing today? I'm doing fine. Listen, I just want to know, y'all wouldn't happen to have any extra hours that y'all can give? Because what are you doing? You're trying to sell yourself. No, we ain't got no extra hours. No, we ain't got no more hours. Okay, is it another department that you think I can get some hours and some work in? Well, no, I don't think they're going to let you do that. Well, do you know any of your colleagues, the managers and the supervisors, who might need some help outside of the job? They might need they dog babysat. They might be looking for a dog sitter. Because guess what? If you use yourself to sell, that manager knows you if you got credibility on that job. So they'll probably let you babysit their kids. They'll probably let you come to their house and paint their room. They'll probably let you wash their car. Because what are you doing? You are selling. You are selling. And the easiest way to get in the sales game is to take you and to take anything you got in your life and go sell it. And when you selling, that ain't the time to get bougie. That ain't the time to get bougie. That's the time to sell. All right? Siobhan just gave a comment. She said, yep, I sold my little wine fridge on OfferUp quick, $80. Boom. You cashed out.
Yeah.
You liquidated it. Some of y'all with all these clothes, you around here with all these designer clothes and you ain't got $1,000 saved up. You should be calling every, what do you call those stores? Consignment stores in Atlanta. You should be taking pictures of them clothes and putting them on websites and selling it. So first step to monetize is you gotta sell. Here's the second step. Let's keep it moving. Step 2, you gotta strategize. You gotta strategize. What do you mean by strategize? Well, first of all, if you're not selling anything, then you're never gonna use strategy. See, what happens is, here's what I want you to understand. This is why I make selling the number one step. Because when you sell something, it flips a switch in your brain. Somebody put this in the comments for me. When you sell something, this is why I'm always pushing the item sell-off. Because when you sell something, I'm talking about like pawn shop, I'm taking a ring and I'm finna go sell this ring and get $120. When you sell something, or like what Siobhan said she did, selling a wine fridge for $80. Here's what I want you to understand. When you sell something, it flips the switch or it triggers your mind from consumer to producer. That's what I want you to put in the comments. Say, I'm going from consumer to producer today. Ooh, put that in the comments. I'm going from consumer to producer today. I'm prophesying to somebody. You are going from consumer to producer today. Before this day ends, there is something you have at your disposal that you're going to sell. You selling it. Because why? You need to monetize. You need to make money. No, you don't. You gotta have done got a hold of your behind. Gotta have done got a hold of your behind. You gotta sell something. So if that means you're gonna sell your time, if that means you're gonna sell your talents, if that means you're gonna sell your treasures, something you have, you're going to sell. And I would challenge you to sell the items that you got around you. Just try it. I challenge some of you to try it. Let me give y'all an example. Let me give y'all an example of what I mean. Let me give y'all an example of what I mean. How many of y'all have ever been to Walmart or to like the gas station and somebody walk up to you selling a bootleg CD? What up, dog? What up, dog? You like, oh, Lord, here they go. What up, dog? What's up, dog? Hey, man, get this hot CD. Now, I don't even listen to a lot of that garbage. And guess what? I done bought bootleg CDs from people just because I respected their hustle.
Yeah.
But when you see somebody selling something on the side of the road or outside of the store, here's what I'm trying to show you. Isn't it easier for you to buy something in front of Walmart than it is for you to sell something in front of Walmart? Most people would never stand in front of a store or on a corner and sell something, but they'll stop at a stoplight and buy something. You know why? Because we're consumer minded. We think like consumers. So that's why I'm so big on you finding an item that's worth something and selling it. Because when you do that, what happens is you reset your brain back into being a producer because you're so used to being a consumer. If I'm making sense. So you gotta sell. You gotta sell. And again, if you got clothes, if you got TVs, computers, all this technology and all this digital equipment, and you got furniture, I mean, all this crap, and you don't even have money saved, then you have a consumer issue because you're not a producer. Okay? You gotta get into selling. Darnell on Facebook says, I gotta sell something. That's right. You either gonna sell yourself, and I ain't talking about like, you know, sell yourself. Nah, I ain't talking about you out there, you know, making a couple of dollars selling yourself. But you're selling yourself in terms of you're selling your talent, you're selling your skill set, you're selling your time. That's what you're selling. So step number 2 is you gotta strategize. You gotta strategize. How do I strategize? Okay, here's an example of a strategy. Think of the idea that you got. Do you have an idea? Do you have an idea of something in your mind that you want to do? Do you have an idea in your mind of something that you want to create? Here's the best strategy. I'm going to give you 3 words that I want you to use when you think about strategy, okay? I'm not just talking about you changing your W-4 form. That's an income shifting strategy. That's one strategy, but I already talked about that. I'm talking about something else now. Here are the 3 words. Idea equals product equals market. Or you can say idea, product, market. Those are the 3 words that you need to familiarize yourself with when it comes to strategy. Idea, product, and market. So your idea has to equal a product. All right? So you got an idea to do something. You got to take that idea and turn it into a product. So some of y'all have ideas right now. How do you turn it into a product? You got to package it. You got to package it. You got to decide, okay, if I was going to sell this idea, what am I going to call this idea? Is this idea going to be called a product, or is this idea going to be called a service? Right? You got to package it. It's just like Jeff Bezos. He had an idea to sell books that he didn't even own. So he came up with the idea, and he turned the idea into a service called Amazon. And once he turned it into a service called Amazon, here's the next thing he did. He attached a price to it, and then he introduced it to the market. All right? So when you think of Apple, what do you think about? You think about the iPhone, you think about the iPad, you think about Apple support, you think about their insurance plan, you think about the people that serve you at the Apple store, you think about iTunes, you think about MacBooks, you think about all these products and services, but think about it. Apple was an idea. So they took the idea and they made what? Products and services. But they didn't stop there. When you think of price when it comes to phones, you automatically know Apple gonna be $1,000. When it comes to price, when you think about laptops, you already know a MacBook gonna cost you $1,500, $2,500, $4,000. Why? Because they took an idea, they turned that idea into products and services, and they attached prices to those products and services. This is what some of y'all stuck at right now. Because you got good ideas and you got products and services that you're putting together, but you won't put no dollar to it and introduce it to the market. So how you gonna make money when you ain't giving the market an opportunity to say no to you? You can't be worried about being rejected. You got to go from idea to product to market. And if you go to market and the market ain't buying your product, guess what? It may mean you got the wrong product, or it may mean you packaged it the wrong way. You get what I'm saying? Like, there are a lot of ideas that I have had that I have packaged in the form of products and services, and I put it out there, and guess what? Nobody responds. I ain't make a dime off of it. Guess what I do? I pull it back in. I would do some more research and development to figure out, was it the product, was it the service, or was it how I packaged it? Because see, if you listen to y'all, here's the part of the strategy of monetization. A lot of times you stuck on a name. This is where a lot of people, especially in ministry, they get it so wrong. And even in business, church people who be in business, they get it so wrong because you stuck on a name. Well, God gave me this name. Who cares? You just using God as an excuse. Well, I heard that in the spirit. The Lord told me that. You just came up with a good idea that you don't want to let go. You get what I'm saying? It's just like with the church. When I planted the church, the first church I planted, it was called Kingdom Harvest Church. So after we planted the church in 2007. So after about a year or two, I realized that using the word church was not advantageous for me to the people that we were reaching out to. And the work that we were doing at that stage in our ministry really didn't merit, it didn't demand for us to be congregational as much as it demanded for us to be community. But because I understood that, guess what I did? We changed the name from Kingdom Harvest Church to Kingdom Harvest Outreach Ministries. And because we changed the name to Outreach Ministries, it gave us access into the city. We built better relationships with the city because they didn't see us as a church. They saw us as an outreach ministry. And that was just because we were not married. We were not romanticizing with this idea because we wanted that idea to be a service. And we put a name on that service and we introduced that service to the community. No different than business. I done had all kind of business names. And guess what? I'll drop a business name in a New York minute. If it work, it work. If it don't work, it's gone. I mean, you see, I'll come in here with a great idea, with a name, with a program, with a product, and I'll send some emails out. I'll do a campaign for about a week, and like 3 days in it, I don't get the right response, or the open rate on the emails ain't high enough, or ain't nobody text me back and say I want it. Guess what? It's gone. Because I'm gonna pull it back, but I'm gonna continue to introduce things to the market. So when you think about strategy, this is the second step to monetize. When you think about strategy or strategizing, you got to think about idea. Every idea you got to turn that idea to a product or a service, okay? Once you turn that idea to a product and service, then you got to put a price to it. I talk to a lot of people who want to do coaches. They want to be coaches. They want to be consultants. Life coaching, they want to do consulting for certain things. And I always tell them the same thing. You got to put products together. So this is product A, this is product B, and this is product C. You got to have at least 3 product lines for your services, and you got to put a price to each one. So whether you got a subscription, whether you got a membership, whether you got a one-time payment, or whether you got a 3-year program, you got to put it together and put a price to it and give it to the market. Let the market tell you no. You can't tell yourself no for a business that you didn't build for you. So if you got a business, if you got ideas, if you're an entrepreneur, this second step to monetize and make money means that You didn't start your business for you. You started your business for a market, for a community, for clients, for customers. You got to let them tell you no. And stop being offended and taking everything personal. Just because people don't want to buy whatever you putting together. They don't want to buy it, find somebody who does. Or keep working and making it better. Keep developing it. Change the price. And sometimes it ain't about going down on the price. Sometimes it's about going up. You too low. You reaching the wrong people. So 3 steps to monetize. Number 1, you gotta sell. Number 2, you gotta strategize. And the best strategy for monetization is take your idea, turn your idea into a product and or into a service, put a dollar amount with it and introduce it to the market. I don't care if it's a t-shirt. Well, I want to sell t-shirts. Well, put the t-shirt together and put a price on it and put it out there. I'm selling t-shirts for $20. I got this kind of t-shirt for $15. I got this kind of t-shirt for $30. So you can have a $15 t-shirt, a $20 t-shirt, and a $30 t-shirt. If you put it out there for 2 weeks and all you sell is $15 t-shirts, what did the market just tell you? They're willing to buy $15 t-shirts from you. Or if you sell one $30 t-shirt, 3 $20 t-shirts, but 8 $15 t-shirts, guess what happened? They just told you what they want to buy. Or you might sell 5 $20 t-shirts, no $30 t-shirts, and 2 $15 t-shirts. The market just told you we're willing to pay $20 from you for what you have. But if you don't take the idea, turn it into a product and service, put a dollar amount to it, and introduce it to the market, you're never going to monetize. You're never going to make money. And while you're making mistakes, you can make money. I made a lot of money on mistakes, but I'm willing to overcompensate even if I make a mistake. So if I sell you something and it was a mistake on my end, I'm going to overcompensate it. I've always done that. Even today, I sell certain products and services and I know I'm too low, but I'm going to sell it, and guess what? If I feel bad about it when I sell it, because I'm like, man, they just got over on me, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to change the price or change the product. I'm going to make some adjustments. But at least I made money. I actually got paid to figure out it was a mistake. So I'm not going to sacrifice monetizing for making sense. Some people rather not make money until they can make sense of what they got. Shoot, not me. Shoot, we'll fix all that other stuff. Did Apple do that? How many of y'all have ever bought a phone brand new and then in like 2 weeks you get a notification saying you got to update it? Yeah. Well, you just bought the doggone phone. How you got to update 2 weeks after getting the phone? Oh, you got to update. This the old version. And you like, I just bought the phone. What you mean the old version? You know why? It's because they sold you a flawed product. They knew the product was still being developed. They know there are going to be more enhanced features provided for that product, but it didn't stop them from monetizing. We talking about making money. We're talking about getting the bag, because you got people to help. You got communities to serve, especially you saved. You got families to feed. You got lives to change. You got nations to build. There are a lot of things you want to do that are good and godly, and you need money to do it, period. All right, step 3. You got to save. That's the big one right there. You got to save. Almost everybody that becomes a millionaire, they have the discipline to save money and to store that money until they can score with that money. Almost every millionaire. Let me say that again. You gotta save. You gotta save. Saving is not just for the purpose of saving. Saving is for the purpose of building a muscle to delay gratification. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you are disciplined to save money, you have a better chance of becoming a millionaire than someone who's not disciplined to save. There is no way you're not going to be disciplined to save and you become a millionaire. It's not going to happen. And if you just happen to be one of the exceptions that do become a millionaire without the discipline to save, guess what? You ain't going to stay a millionaire.
Wow.
And that was for free. So the third step to monetize is save. Now, how is saving making me money? See there? You just missed the memo. Saving is making you money because the more money you save, watch this, the less money you spend. Somebody just missed that. Saving is a form of monetizing because the more money you save, the less money you spend, and the more money you store for a future score. So if I save $1, let me give you an example. If I save $1 and I use that dollar to save and store for a future score, let me show you how this works. An opportunity can come up in 6 months that I can turn that dollar into $1.50, or that dollar into $1.25, or that dollar into $1.10. If I can turn that dollar into anything more than $1, I actually saved money and monetized off the money I saved. So saving actually made me money. But if I spend $1, if a 20-cent opportunity presents itself, I can't monetize off that 20-cent opportunity. You know why? Because I ain't got the money. So you miss monetizing on money that you save when you don't save it. So when you spend $1, watch this, you actually spent more than $1. Man, I'm dropping something on somebody today. I'm dropping something on somebody today. I said when you spend $1, you are actually spending more than $1. Because watch this here. The future value of that dollar is worth more than the dollar you spent. Man, somebody give me some emojis or something. Y'all gonna have to pay me more than this. Y'all gonna have to start paying me. I'm gonna start dropping my Cash App in the comments, because y'all act like I'm just Did y'all hear what I said? Every dollar you spend, especially when you spend it recklessly because you can't afford to spend it, you're spending more than $1. So while you're spending this dollar, number one, you're spending more than $1 because of the future value of that dollar. That dollar is going to be more valuable because somebody else who you spent it with may spend it with somebody that at some point that dollar is going to be invested or saved and stored for a score. So that dollar you spent is going to turn into $1,000 in perpetuity because somebody's going to spend it. And then somebody else is going to get it and they're going to save it and store it and score with an opportunity. So if all you got is $1 to your name, how many $1 opportunities in this world are there that you can turn that dollar into more than $1? There are millions of $1 opportunities. So if you don't do what you're supposed to do with that dollar, somebody's going to take that dollar and say, wait a minute, somebody gave up this dollar because they don't know the future value of that dollar. So because they were unwilling to save, because they could not delay gratification, you just gotta have that outfit. You just gotta buy this. You gotta drive that. You gotta live that. You gotta do those things. Or most of the times, you want other people to think you're better off than you are, to feel better about yourself. You are undisciplined, which means you cannot delay gratification, which means all the money you earn, you're going to give away to other people who are disciplined to delay gratification, hold on to that dollar because they know the future value of that dollar. So you got people around here, millionaires right now, based on people who are broke giving away dollars. Think about it. You can figure out a way to get $1 from 1 million broke people and you're a millionaire. It's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. And the more I teach this, the more I teach myself at the same time, y'all. Like, I'm learning while I'm talking to y'all, but I'm living it. And the more I teach it, and the more I learn it, and the more I live it, the more obsessed I get with it. Because the more I am morphing into what most millionaires and multimillionaires and billionaires become because of the same discipline and the same habits. And I want it for all of y'all. So the 3 steps to monetizing or making money. Number 1, you gotta sell. You gotta sell. You gotta sell. If you're making the same amount of money or less, it's because you're not what? Huh? You're not selling. If you're making the same amount of money or less, it's because you're not selling. So number 1, you gotta sell. Number 2, you gotta strategize. And strategy is not about you saying, well, I'm finna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna put this together, and I'm gonna open this step up, and then I'm gonna start this. That ain't no doggone strategizing. You wishing. You dreaming. You hoping. I'm sorry, it's a better word for that. You capping. You flexing. You gotta strategize. Strategy is, I'm gonna take an idea that I have, and I'm gonna push that idea out of my big old head and make it a product or service, attach a dollar amount to those products and services, and immediately introduce them to the market. How am I gonna introduce them to the market? On social media. Everybody that's in your phone, you're gonna text them a link to your product and service. Girl, look at this. Let me show you what God just gave me. What you think about that? Let me know how you like that. You ain't even asking to buy nothing, but you selling though. Some of y'all on my email list. I mean, I done backed out of texting because I know I was getting on people's nerves. But when I feel like I ain't got no activity, I'll beat the brakes off that email or a text message or whatever, just calling people. Number 2, you gotta strategize. Number 3, you gotta save. You gotta save. And again, saving is a form of monetizing. Saving is a form of monetizing. You think about what I'm saying. Saving is a form of monetizing. Prophet Ramone, how is saving a form of making money? Because your dollar has a future value in the right hands. So if I'm willing to save, that means what I'm disciplined to do is delay gratification. Delay gratification. Trust me, you feel like, oh, I gotta live it up right now. I'm YOLO. You only live once. YOLO dolo. All right, dog, well, you stay YOLO dolo and broke. Right? Because that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna be YOLO dolo around here, but you struggling for the next 40 years. I'm not finna live like that. Which means I gotta get disciplined then. Which means I gotta get my head out my behind and stop tricking myself into thinking I'm where I'm not. So I can't do what people who are there do. And most of the people we follow and we watch, they're not financially fit to be doing the things that they're doing. Even a lot of these celebrities and famous people we see on TV, a lot of them are not super wealthy, but they capping because they got to live the life. They got to put on the front, right? Oh, that's my homeboy GQ. He say they flogging, Cole. Oh, boy, that's one of them real old school hood terms right there, dog. He said they flogging, Cole. That's what they doing. They flogging. Around here flogging. That's why I do not take advice from those kind of people. So for those of you that don't have a blueprint game plan, I want you to get your hands on one of our blueprint game plans. And you can do that by going to Ramonepreston.com, or you can what? text 404-478. What are we texting? Texting I'm ready.
Yes.
You can text I'm ready to 404-478-7213. If you do not have a blueprint game plan, and guess what, y'all? Whew, dog, I've been thinking about this thing. That's why I was talking to you about what I was talking about you earlier.
You finna say it?
No, I'm not finna say it. I'm not gonna spill the beans. But what I am gonna say is,
What?
I have an amazing offer
Oh, you gonna say it?
and opportunity that I'm gonna be introducing very, very soon. And the first people who are going to get access to this offer and opportunity are the people who are either on our blueprint game plan and or they're on our $1,000 challenge. So if you're not a part of our $1,000 blueprint game plan challenge, I want you to go to Ramonepreston.com/challenge. Ramonepreston.com. Y'all know every time we on here, I'll go to the website live to show you. Ramonepreston.com. Oh, we working on our studio as well. Once I get the studio up, I'll be able to walk around and get up and yeah, I'm gonna be. We working on. I'm driving them crazy because I'm working on expanding my studio. I guess I'm just trying to buy up all the space I can. Not buy, but lease all the space because I ain't capping, right? I'm about to say buy up all the space. Yeah, I'm capping. I ain't buying no space here. I'm leasing space. I ain't gonna be around here lying and capping in my homeboy GQ voice. I ain't flogging, dog. I ain't flogging. Hey, GQ, I love you, man. Facebook, I love you. I appreciate you, homie. I love you, man. GQ on our blueprint game plan.
Yeah.
He sure is. Building that holding company.
Mm-hmm.
Proud of him, too. So anyway, y'all, this $1,000 challenge, we have 56 days remaining. And the challenge is for you to save at least $1,000. Now, if you are a part of our blueprint game plan, then you already know that the blueprint game plan is a 5-step wealth building system that I've created, but I created it because I lived it. I was just sharing this with my daughter yesterday that, was it yesterday we was talking or the day before, that the blueprint game plan, I was living it, but I didn't even know it was the blueprint game plan.
Yeah.
I was just doing it. You know what I mean? Because I'm always trying to get to that next level. I'm always trying to figure out, you know, how can I get to where I want to be? And for me, I'm such a simple person. Spending money was harder than saving money because I don't like to spend money like that. I don't mind giving and sowing and being a blessing, but I don't like spending money. My wife got to make me sometimes. You got to buy you some new suits. You wear the same suits, you wear the same shoes, you wear the same shirts, like all the time. But guess what?
It's not the same one.
It's not the same one. It's the same kind. I know, because everybody be like, you always wear the same black shirt, but it ain't the same shirt.
No, it's like 15.
I got
15, 20.
Thank you. I got somebody to vouch for me, my personal assistant, because she goes to the cleaners, right?
You got to.
You work hard, girl. You a hard worker. I appreciate you. You do a lot. You work very, very hard. I want them to know you ain't up here capping.
No, right.
You be working. I be working your behind off.
Top of them buildings.
I mean, we in a whole conversation like we not live.
Right,
Like,
man.
back to my point.
Mom said you do that well.
I do that. What's that? Always merging into another conversation. All right, but anyway, y'all, five-step wealth building system on our blueprint game plan. But each of these 5 steps, I was living without even knowing what I was living. I was just on this journey, on this path to get that bag, because my whole thing was, man, I want to be rich, but at least I got to first be a millionaire, because I don't want to be around here capping, talking about money, talking about investing, talking about building wealth and legacy, and I ain't got it, I'm like, no, I ain't going that route. I'm not gonna be like one of them TV gurus or those internet gurus. I wanna really have it and know I got it and not have to, not have to flaunt or flodge or cap. So for those of you that are on the Blueprint Game Plan, you already have access to all 5 steps, but the first step is the $1,000 challenge. I want to challenge everybody to put up at least $1,000. Now, if you are already in a position, let me pull this up real quick. If you already in a position that you got the $1,000, like somebody I know over there.
Yes.
If you already got the 1,000,
I got it. What's up?
if you already got the 1,000, let me show y'all real quick. Can y'all see the screen?
What? Yeah.
Can y'all see each of those 5 steps? I don't have my cameraman with me today, so he fired. So can y'all see that?
Yes.
Those are the 5 steps right there. Wow, I'm getting out the camera. Daughter said, this is Tanja. Yes, you do work that poor lady to the ground. Had her working on New Year's Day. I sure did, didn't I? Daughter Tanja, she used to work for the state. So she was a state worker for years.
And I want to be on.
So when when you're working for the state, they give you all these days off. You get holidays off. I mean, you just get goofy during the holidays because you ain't doing nothing for like the whole week. So New Year's, she ain't never work on New Year's.
Never.
That was like nothing. And here I am, I'm thinking Monday, I don't know when New Year's fell on a Friday. And I'm like, see you tomorrow. And she like, huh? like you doggone right we work. We work every day. We work every day. So anyway, y'all, look, if you already have the $1,000, this is for those of you that are already on the Blueprint, or if you're not on the Blueprint, if you already have the $1,000 saved, then you need to go to step 2. That's all you need to do. Step 2 is to pay off all your consumer debt. You need to go to step 2. Don't just feel like, oh, I done made it, I done did it. No, go to step 2. Start paying off your consumer debt. And this whole manual is in the Blueprint Game Plan. So it's a 23-page manual you already got in the Blueprint. So if you need the manual, all you need to do is just go in there and look at it to see which step you need to go to so that you can finish all 5. Because I'm telling you, it ain't gonna be easy for you to get to 5. Trust me. The only way you get to 5 is if you just capping. That's the only way. You flogging for real. You lying. So for those of you that don't have the Blueprint Game Plan, all you have to do is text I'm ready to 404-478-7213, 404-478-7213. If you have the Blueprint Game Plan, I want you to continue to work on your $1,000. I want you to continue to work on the other steps. And feel free to go to Ramonepreston.com/challenge to join the Blueprint Game Plan Challenge, or to just go to Ramonepreston.com and see what it is that we got. I love y'all. I want y'all to have an amazing day. We will be back here tomorrow, 12 o'clock noon, every Monday through Friday. The Ramone Preston Show is live, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, Twitter. We have other audio and video platforms that we're working on, and we're going to be available on there as well. I don't care if you on Mars. If you on Mars, make sure that you like, share, leave a comment. Let us know how you're enjoying the content, because I'm on an assignment. That's all I'm focusing on. I'm on an assignment. As an apostle of my nonprofit organization, of my ministry, I am serving in different capacities. Because I'm operating as an apostle. But as the CEO and overseer of my business, of our entire organizational enterprise, I'm focusing on getting you to your financial next level, helping you economically. That's what I'm focused on doing. So I love y'all. Have an amazing afternoon, and I'll see you tomorrow, 12 o'clock